What's up, fam? It's your girl Shannon Owens here, your personal development coach, and I just came on here to share with you all something that we've all talked about before, we've all been through, we all discussed, but it's something that I think we are lacking in as a community, but also lacking in when it comes to developing personally. It's stunning our growth, and you too good for that. So what I want to talk to y'all today, talk to y'all about today is forgiveness. I bet you didn't think I was going to say that. But yeah, forgiveness, y'all, is something that we have not taken advantage of as much as we should. We say with our mouths we forgive, but our actions are everything but. And it's not about, I know you've heard it and people think it's cliche. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about you. It really is. It's about taking your power back. It's about giving yourself the opportunity to grow past whatever it was that hurt you, offended you, disrespected you, or didn't meet your expectations. So I wanted to share with you all today that when it comes to forgiveness, it's a process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that happens immediately. It's something first that you must want to do. First of all, you must want to forgive the person who offended you, who hurted you, not hurt it, but who hurt you. And things like that. You gotta want to. That's the first hope. And then you gotta say it until you believe it. And for me, like forgiving my ex-husband, it took me years to even talk about him, and I still won't say his name. And the only reason I don't say his name is because he don't get that much play from me no more. So I ain't even saying his name. And this was my second ex-husband. But it took me probably, I had to say it probably five, six, seven, 800, 900,000 times before it actually started to take place in my heart. And that's just real. And it might be like that for you all too. Forgiveness also, I know when it's truly happened. So first you have to want to, two, you have to say it, because what you say, it soaks, it sets the atmosphere and the tone around you. What you speak will be. And then eventually, some forgiveness happens quicker than others, but depending on what the hurt was, then eventually you could talk about it and not cry. Eventually you could talk about it without your head going all like this and without you being mad and stuff. Eventually you could talk about it and laugh about it. Ain't that something? Eventually you you will be able, sorry y'all, will be able to think about the thing that happened in your life and learn from it and grow from it, and maybe even be able to help somebody with what they're going through too, and not help them in a way where you making them bitter and angry and hateful and hard too, because truly unforgiveness makes your heart hard. It blocks your mind. It blocks the opportunity to grow and to evolve and to become all that you are. It leaves you stuck right in the place and the time where it happened, and you don't deserve that, precious. You really don't deserve that. So that's why I'm talking about forgiveness today, because forgiveness is about you taking your power back with force. It really is. For me, when I was younger, I was molested by my stepfather, and for so many years, y'all, had bad dreams. When I heard his name, I would immediately go back to the time when he was sneaking in my room. I remember the first time I saw him after it happened, like 10 years later, and I jumped. I mean, I literally dang near jumped out of my skin, and I can remember at that moment, I was so mad and so pissed off that I reacted that way, because I finally realized that he had so much control over my mind, over my thoughts, over my heart, over my spirit, and he wasn't getting that no more. So maybe 15 years later, this is just being all the way real, I had to talk to him. It was pertinent that I talked to him. And I can remember my sister talking to her dad, and I said, let me talk to him. And she was like, for real? I said, yeah, I really want to talk to him. And when I spoke to him, I told him, I forgive you. And the only thing I'm going to ask of you is to never do what you did to me to anybody else again. And the one thing happened that kind of blew my mind, and he started crying. Like, not a tear, it was a heave, flat out big tear type of cry, and it blew my mind. It really shocked me. Like, it surprised me so much, because for so long I had made him this monster, and he was a monster. He was somebody, that hurt me. He was somebody that took away my childhood, in a sense, and made me not trust, and made me not like, and made my heart hard. And to hear him bawling like that, it really blew my mind. So I'm challenging you all, allow yourself the room and the time to forgive. Now, a lot of people say when you forgive, you got to forget in order to get over it. I disagree. It's really hard to forget your childhood. It's really hard to forget the instance or the hurt that happened to you. It's really hard to forget stuff like that. It's pretty tangible. It's something that you can think about and relive. But when I do believe in forgiving and letting it go, letting them go. Why? Because it allows you the option and the time and the gift of taking your power back. You've given so much. You've let them consume your mind. You let them take over your heart. You let them invoke your whole spirit. And that's not you. It changed you. It changed me. I know with my ex, I was ready to poison him. Like, I legit was planning it out, and that wasn't me. But y'all, what it took for me in that instance is to be honest with myself. I could not blame him for everything he did, because I had allowed him in. I had allowed him to do what he did to me, because it was something about me, probably a lack of forgiveness in another area of my life, to let him in, because I couldn't think right. When you forgive, it frees your mind. It opens your heart. It allows you to be creative again. It allows you to think right again, to give you a right mindset and renew a right type of spirit within you. So I'm challenging you. In this 2020, everybody's talking about resolutions. I ain't saying what you're going to do in the next 30 days. I'm saying over this year, this whole year, make it your business to forgive and let go, so that you can live and be that everything, every single thing God created you to be. Because when you're not, it was a trick of the enemy. It was to hold you down. And I believe that when he bothers us when we're young like that, when those type of trials and tests come and hit us hard like that, it's only to stop us from the greatness that the enemy knows that we have in us more than we know in ourselves. And he try to get us while we young. So I'm challenging you to take it back by force. What you are deserved. You deserve your peace. You deserve your prosperity. You deserve your love. You deserve to give love. You deserve to trust. You deserve it. You just deserve it. It makes you a whole person. And I'm telling you, when you hold on to that grudge, and when you hold on to that lack of forgiveness, it takes something from you. It does. It takes something from you. It takes a piece of you that God created you to be away. Trick of the enemy. Trick him. Almost cut. Sorry, y'all. Trick him back. And take your power back, and let them go, and let them know no longer do they have control over your minds, your thoughts. For me, it was even my dreams. And I'm telling you what, when I truly did that and let him go, I ain't dream about him no more. Yes, I could talk about being molested to the masses. I'm talking to y'all right now. It ain't something I'm proud of, but I can finally see it in somebody. I can help another young woman. Also, when you forgive, it teaches you something. Like I say, thank you to him for one thing. You taught me discernment. You taught me who to be aware of people like him. He's taught me to understand that I was the protector of my children. He taught me to listen. He taught me to pay attention when things weren't right, because there were times when, I wanted to say something and couldn't because of the threats. But I'm telling you, I need you to do this so bad. No more stunting your personal development growth because of unforgiveness. Forgive yourself. Have the ability and the power to forgive them. Let them go so that you can get your life back, because it's your life. And if you thinking about them more than you thinking about what you want to do and where you want to go and how you want to do it, or they are the subject of you not being able to get there, then I'm challenging you. It's something that you must do. So do that for yourself. You deserve it, precious. Know your worth. You are priceless. I talk about more of these stories in my book, Know Your Worth, Priceless. You can get it on my website, ShannonOwensPDC.com, or on Amazon.com. And I challenge you just to make it your 2020, just to forgive and let go. Not forget, but to let go. Know your worth, y'all. Y'all are priceless. Yes, I said y'all.